Now to our top focus from Karnataka and down south. After 7 years of controversies and gathering dust, the socio-economic survey of the Karnataka government, which was completed in the year 2017, was finally submitted to Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. It was started in his first term as Chief Minister. But given the strong opposition to accept it from dominant Lingayat sect and Vokkaliga OBC caste groups, there's still a question mark over whether the report will amount to any substantial decisions or acceptance. NDTV's Pratibha Raman sets up our top focus debate this evening.
Finally, after 7 years in waiting, the 2017 Socio-Economic Survey report of the Karnataka government was submitted to CM Siddaramaiah by the chairman of the OBC Commission, Jai Prakash Hegde, on the last day of his tenure. The findings could challenge the dominance of the Lingayat sect and OBC Vokkaliga communities as the largest voting blocs in the state, and hence the report has faced stiff opposition. So today you have submitted the report.
Yeah, submitted the report.
Yeah. Do you expect it to be implemented anytime soon?
He said he'll keep it in the next cabinet.
A backlash from the Lingayat and Vokkaliga groups, which have claimed the report as unscientific, makes publishing the caste data fraught with risk. Even the state Congress president and Deputy CM D.K. Shivkumar, who belongs to the Vokkaliga caste, had expressed his opposition, and the BJP, dominated by Lingayat leaders, is on the same page.
ये साइंटिफिकली सर्वे नहीं हुआ है. इससे कई लिंगायत वक्कलिगा बहुत कम्युनिटी को इससे बहुत बड़ा धक्का पहुंचने वाला है. हम विरोध करेंगे. हम कांग्रेस सरकार को हमने मांग करेंगे फिर एक बार कर्नाटक में पूरे गांव-गांव में घर-घर को जाके सर्वे करो. कोई सर्वे आने दीजिए. हम उसको मानने के लिए हम तैयार हैं.
I have no comments to make either on the report or on the comments made by our colleagues. Depends on whether we accept it, whether we don't accept it.
Accept the report.
No, we may receive it, we may take some time to study it. Anything may happen.
During the survey, 54 questions were asked. 5 crore 90 lakh people covered, 1 crore 30 lakh families surveyed. 169 crore rupees spent by the government on this project. The survey report was ordered by the then CM Siddaramaiah in 2014. Though the report was ready in 2017, it was not accepted due to technical glitches. Successive CMs delayed accepting it. The caste census is a delicate and tricky issue. With the Vokkaligas and Lingayats raising a banner of revolt, will the Congress be willing to take that risk in publishing the report ahead of the Lok Sabha election? With camera person Kumar, Pratibha Raman in Bengaluru for NDTV.
Well, that's an important question that Pratibha Raman raises, and to address that, we have with us this evening Aishwarya Mahadev of the Congress Party, G.S. Prashant of the Bharatiya Janata Party, and also noted cephalogist Sandeep Shastri, who, dare I say, perhaps understands Karnataka as well, or if not better, than some politicians themselves. But Aishwarya Mahadev, my first question to you, given that there was public opposition or questioning of the scientific process behind that report by some of your own senior leaders, including the Deputy Chief Minister and the State Congress President D.K. Shivkumar. Is there a sense that this report could A, bring about the fault lines within the Congress, and B, that while it's been submitted, it may not amount to something tangible or concrete?
Good evening, Veer. I think first and foremost, there's a certain amount of context to this. I believe that populations are extremely dynamic, and any government which seeks to have better delivery of services and for targeted, implementation of social welfare schemes, socio-economic surveys are a necessity and have been done by states over time. The context of this was the Kantraj report that was the former Backward Classes Commissioner had given to us in 2017 was not accepted on the mere ground of one member of the panel had not signed it, and that became the basis of the speculation where 3 subsequent chief ministers themselves, Mr. Yediyurappa, Mr. Basuraj Bommai and Kumaraswamy, rejected it. One thing is there is a reality that we do need to have a socio-economic census for better delivery, and everybody in the state agrees to that. Second thing is on these ideas of fault lines. Nobody has seen this report. Mr. Jaiprakash Hegde has also said that there was no leak, there is no loss of this report because there were rumors saying the report has been lost. It is basically an encrypted portal that BEL has created for the Karnataka government, and all data has been collected by the DCs. If there were technical difficulties that were there from the period of 2017, Jaiprakash Hegde came in 2020. Subsequently, he has gone on record to say there are no issues with this. While the speculation to say that the Lingayat and the Vokkaliga community has been disadvantaged because their numbers are shown as lower is only mere speculation, which is being politicized across the board. Mr. D.K. Shivkumar, I'll clarify this. He said it has to be to the satisfaction of everybody that there is legitimacy in the numbers and the manner in which the data has been interpreted, at which point my community and I will have no problem whatsoever. That is not an opposition. And I believe for any government, trust is extremely important. Now, the report has come to them. They will have a discussion in cabinet. Going forward, if there are problems, if there are discrepancies, we will address it and ensure that all stakeholders in the state are extremely content with the implementation of this report.
Okay, point well made there, point taken. But Aishwarya, one of the things where the BJP Prashant seems to be in the same page as the Congress seems to be, as far as this is concerned, why they question whether this can threaten the dominance of Karnataka's biggest voting blocks, as it was understood traditionally, the Lingayat and the Vokkaliga caste, is because of the numbers it throws up. So it is an uncomfortable reality for the BJP. You didn't act on it when you were in power, and you don't mind the Congress not acting on it when it is in power. GS Prashant.
Veera, firstly, BJP stands with all communities. We don't single out any one particular community and say that we stand out with them only. Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, Sabka Prayas has been our motto, and our Prime Minister has emphasized it time and again, and we go with all the communities. And here, the Congress party itself, there are a lot of people who are talking against this report, saying that they have been backstabbed and the survey has not been scientifically done, and it amounts to injustice to a particular community or a faction of the community, so on and so forth. Some religious seers have also mentioned that, be that as it may, we have to first see the report. We will await what the report talks about, what are the methods and methodologies adopted, what is the statistical sampling and the methods adopted, and statistical tools they are adopted to arrive at a particular conclusion, and only then we will be able to comment. To comment on it, to say that based on some apparently, allegedly leaked reports, to say a particular community is shown at a lower percentage than what it is, or higher, I don't think we should get on to that. We must await the report and see and verify the data, and only then comment on it. Otherwise, we will not be doing justice sitting on this panel to just merely speculate what might have been or what is in the report, but we will await. But I am also emphasizing that many in the Congress are not happy about this.
I get the point that you're making, Prashant. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I think this is possibly the only discussion where I see Aishwarya actually nodding to what you're saying. So both of you preparing the grounds for potentially saying, let's await, let's study and then do it. Sandeep Shastri, do you have hope that this report, contents of it, which has been leaked, and I think way back from 2017, I've seen newspaper reports suggesting what is there in that report. Do you believe that we will ever get to see the full context of the report? And B, even if we see it, you think there could be widespread or complete acceptance of it and any kind of substantive decision making based on it?
Veera, don't we all live on hope? Various types of hope and various type of expectations. But coming to the critical point that this whole debate has raised. Now, I think, as you very rightly said, the Congress spokesperson and the BJP spokesperson, after a very, 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 very long time, are on the same page. And that's nice to see a consensus across political spectrum. But let me point out to where the issues are here. Firstly, let's remember since 1957, more than half the MLAs of every legislature in Karnataka belong to the two dominant castes. And leaked or not leaked, official or not official, there have been reports since 2017 that the census done indicates that these two groups, the Lingayats and Vokkaligas, are much lower than what is projected by the various groups. And this, I think, is the bone of contention. Everything else is justifications and issues which are brought up to defend what you want to do. So a report which was ready 7 years ago is now being submitted after the commission has gone through it. It will be interesting to see what reviews the commission made to remove the glitches of the past. Was it able to remove the glitches at all is, I think, the question. After 7 years, when a report is being reviewed by a commission, can they really undo the glitches which may have been there in a report which was prepared? My own reading of this report, Veera, the cabinet is going to appoint another committee to be able to look at the report more in detail. And by then the 2024 elections will be over. And then we would have forgotten about this, and every political party will use it as part of its campaign. The Congress will say we are for caste census and therefore this is under scrutiny. The BJP will say we believe in a united India and the Congress is trying to divide India. So it's very convenient for both of them to take their stance as you go into the election. Don't expect any decision to come out before the elections.
Right, important point that you make there. Already the indications are that there will be a cabinet subcommittee formed to study that report before there is an answer. I'm just going to ask one very quick final question to both Aishwarya and Prashant, and I don't have much time, just 30 seconds each. Is this a proof that Karnataka politics remains dominated by caste fault lines in the state, and it's not possible to shake them up, whether in terms of electoral realities or political decision making? First question to you, Aishwarya.
Veer, I believe that everybody's resistance to change and age-old systems and especially power structures is well known, whether it's the Ahinda movement, whether it's Devraj or his politics. Karnataka has always been apprehensive to churn, but social welfare is the priority. And we believe, and now especially with all the apprehensions coming from certain communities, it is the responsibility of my government to now assuage their fears and also put out in the public domain what the reality is. I believe this is a trust-building exercise, and irrespective of the way forward, I think the acceptance of this report is a step in the right direction, and we will see how better we can deliver social welfare to the people through this in whatever manner going forward with the trust of the people, Veer.
Prashant, your 30 seconds.
Veera, we have already redefined what the four castes now must be. I think our PM is on record to say women, farmers, youth and poor. These are the four castes that we must look into and not anything else. Therefore, we will strive for development of all these four castes, which automatically results in a Viksit Bharat by 2047, a developed India by 2047, where we are on the verge of becoming the third largest economy in 3 or 4 years. And by 2047, we will be one of the world superpowers. So therefore,
Prashant, but it doesn't answer the core question of whether it's... No, it's a very fascinating political speech that you've given, but it doesn't answer the core question of why a caste survey report commissioned by the government, in which over 160 crores of taxpayer money was spent, has to remain idle after 7 years, and whether something will come out of it. I'm sorry we've run completely short of time now, but that's all we have time for on this debate. Thanks Sandeep Shastri as well for joining us.